Oh, hello there. I'm the number 0. You know what I stand for? The number of books I've received from you guys for the swap. What's going on, CHS? I come into your class every day. I take up your class time. No books. I have no books yet from anybody. Is anybody coming to the swap? What am I going to do with all these books? Is anybody going to come and get them? If you want to come to the book swap, you need to come bring me a used book. This girl right here, room 202. Or you can give the book to your teacher. They can jot your name down and I will get the tickets to them. You can also bring in a book for your parent for the book swap. You just need to let the teacher know your parent gets a little bit of a different ticket than you do. But I better start seeing some books, CHS. I better start seeing some books. All right, here's my 3 books for you today. The first one I want to tell you about is, I love this cover. I think it's hilarious. It's called Beauty Queens by Libba Bray. We had one of her books before. A few years ago, we had her book called Going Bovine. And Libba Bray, I think, is completely hilarious. Her books are meant to be pure fun, and she is so funny. This is what I would imagine a book would sound like if I wrote the entire thing on drugs, because it's just completely whacked out and crazy. This is about a plane full of beauty queens who crash land on an island. And at first I thought the book was going to be about, just like all the funny stuff that happens to them. But she takes a whole lot of the time just poking fun at beauty queens and cheerleaders and girly girls and everything that just makes them awful. And she does it in a kind of good-natured, hilarious way. And this is about what happens to these girls when they crash land on this island and their lipstick and their pageant walk can't really save them anymore. Now, the interesting thing about this book is that usually the books that I get for you are all considered teen lit, and this is also considered teen lit. However, after I read it, there's definitely some stuff in it that I think is probably maybe for a little more of an older audience. So this book is only going to be available for high school students. If you're a middle school student and you'd like to get this book, your parent has to be with you in order for you to purchase it, or in order for you to get it for free. Sorry. There's some graphic language and some other content that I think your parent needs to be okay with. If you're a high school student, you can pick up this book. If you're a middle school student, you need your parent to do it. Okay, but this is called Beauty Queens. Hilarious. Loved it. Love Libba Bray. She's so funny. The next book I have for you, this is by Jordan Sonnenblick. He actually lives in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, which isn't very far from here. And he's had a few books that have won some awards. And this is his newest one. It's called Curveball, The Year I Lost My Grip. And this is about a kid named Peter. He's about to go into high school, and he is a total stud. He's about to become the starting pitcher in his freshman year on the baseball team when he hurts his arm. And that changes everything when you thought the course of your life was exactly what you thought it was going to be, and now it's not going to be anything like that at all. And this is called The Year I Lost My Grit. The last book I'm going to tell you about today is called The Girl of Fire and Thorns. This won the William C. Morris Debut Award. And this is part of a trilogy. The other 2 books, the first one's coming out in the fall, and the next one's coming out in the spring. And this is about, I always forget her name, Elisa? Yeah, this is about a girl named Elisa. She's considered to be the chosen one. And once a century, one person is considered to be the chosen one. And that person is really responsible for saving their society. And in this case, it's her kingdom. But in Elisa's case, she's kind of like, of her and her sister, she's sort of the maybe loser of the two, and she did not ever think that she would get this task. And suddenly she's kind of thrust into the spotlight and has this burden of protecting her whole kingdom. And she doesn't really know that she can do it, and she also knows that the chosen ones usually die. And this book is so cool. It's different than I expected it to be, but in a really good way. There's murder, there's mystery, there's like these savage, dark, magic people that are kind of creepy. There's just a little bit of everything. There's war, there's love, there's temptation, there's fear. Everything that you could think of that just makes a book cool makes this really good. This is called The Girl of Fire and Thorns by Ray Carson. Okay? So those are your 3 choices. I better start seeing people with some books for the book swap. That means you sitting right there. You right there. Bring me a book. I'll be in the lobby. I'll have your tickets there. Start bringing your used books in. All right? I'll see you tomorrow.